Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to you. I hope you are doing well today. It is Friday, December 12th, 2025. And you like my little Santa? It's Beach Santa over in the corner. I, I have to give a little shout out. So StreamYard has been releasing some sort of generic holiday assets, which is kind of fun behind the scenes in StreamYard. And so, typically I am the person that I like to stick to the layout that we have. I like to stick to what we have. And so, but I just thought that was so cute. And I'm like Santa on a beach. I'm here. I'm here for it. So I decided to add it to the stream today. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you are doing well. This is Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern time hour. And we had some interesting technical fun. I'll just call it that behind the scenes of the show today. And we're just rolling with it. We are doing our best, and sometimes that is enough. So let me know where you're joining us from today and what is bringing you joy. Apparently my Englishing is working as well as the, technology today. Anyway, we are finishing up today my 3-part mini series on worth, presence, and healing for this holiday season. It was exploring some of the symbolism behind the gifts of the Magi: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. This is not a religious series. It's just what I based the series on. And so I look forward to focusing on myrrh for the show today. So it's going to be good. Also, I want to make a quick note that we are inching closer and closer and closer to our subscriber goal over on the YouTube. So if you are not yet subscribed on YouTube, I will ask you to pause for a moment, subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, share it out and ask your friends, family, colleagues, all of that, all of your connections to subscribe, because we have a good time over here on the Break These Show Network. And we want you to partake in all the fun. And so we would love for you to subscribe. So please do that if you are able over on the YouTube. What else is going on today? I'm tired this week. We had the full day of expo on Tuesday, which is, the expo is 12 hours, but then we add in the amount of time that I spent in the morning getting things ready. And fun fact, I finished because we had a major glitch with the expo booth that we had put together. And I had to revert back to, it was so bad. I had to revert back to the old expo booth. Well, at 5:00 on Monday, I was so lovingly reminded by Dr. CK of something. And I was like, wonder if I can get that to work. And I did. And so I finished. The expo was starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. I finished our expo booth at 9:55. Reining it in, tapping right back into the fun that we used to have when we were assigned projects back in school days. And so I did that. I finished it, but it was a lot. It was a very long day. I was up super early, did not get to bed till later. And then Wednesday, I came on with you guys, Project Joy, in the morning. And after Project Joy, went right into our host meeting, which went right into co-working with CK, which went right into co-hacking, which went right into our bonus workshop for the Blue Duck Society. And it was so good, you guys. I'm so excited to be working with these amazing people who are changing the world. But it was a long day. It was a long couple of days. And so I'm tired. Yesterday, I didn't do a whole lot. I did some stuff like I usually really take advantage of my very creative time early in the mornings. And then after that, I was done yesterday. Done. So Same with today. I have stuff I have to do early in the morning, and then I'm gonna crash because I deserve it. And it's been a long damn week. It's been a long week. All right. So let me head over to the comments and say good morning to our friends here. Miss Teresa's here. Sweet Friday. Blessings to you. Oliver, Olivier, Ollie, Oli, Ravioli is here. Duck, Ollie is here this morning. Good morning, Ollie. Good to see you. Danielle is here this morning. Good morning, Danielle. I know Santa. It's Santa time. Who else do we have? Kat is here this morning from Scotland. Good morning, Kat. Everybody saying good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, look at there. Got approved for a leave at work due to health and got some new card decks for my readings. That is fun. Yes. These cat eye nails I have on are bringing me joy. I look down at my hands and boom, a sparkle. I love cat eye style things. In fact, when I used to work at artbeads.com, which that's a huge online beading store. I used to work at their headquarters in Washington State, and I used to love staring at the cat's eye beads in the cat's eye beads section. So that brought me a lot of joy too. Love it. Quack to you. Quack to you. Yes, it is a pineapple decorated as a Christmas tree. Is that not the cutest thing on the planet? Yes. Duck, Ollie ducks and free. It was so funny. You see what's happening here? This is what was happening during the Blue Duck Society workshop that happened on Wednesday. The duck puns the entire time were flying. I mean, that's all we at least every section included some sort of duck pun, and I was here for it. It was very funny. Though I will say, because y'all know how I like to compartmentalize things, we can have fun. But we're going to rein it in once the cohort starts, because we have goals, we have big things to do, we have ducks to draw and worlds to change. Okay. There's that. You see, I got my bell at the ready this morning because what happened yesterday, this is something else that's bringing me joy. Yesterday, I was on the Voices of the Plaza podcast with Peggy MacArthur from the Global Business Plaza. Had so much fun with her. We did simulcast here onto the Breakthrough Show Network, so please go check out the video from yesterday. It was really wonderful. And enjoyed the time together, and so the fun part of it was that she had said something after we were done recording and doing the show, and I was like, "You need a bell. So this whole bell. See, I have a happy face. Bell. So." This whole bell situation, I was on another show where he uses a bell, and he uses a bell a lot. Like, you hear that bell go off many, many times during his episodes. And while I don't like over, and this is going to tie into what I'm about to say of y'all acting up in the comments right now. I like things to a point, but I'm also like, okay, rein it in. We have stuff to do. And so, like, I don't use the bell nearly as much as he uses the bell in his show. However, I started mentioning I need a bell. And I have somebody that's been a long time viewer of the show and the Breakthrough Show Network. And she was like, she sent me this in the mail, and she was like, you need a bell, and it's the happy bell. And so I have my bell. And so I told Peggy yesterday, I'm like, you need a bell too. So we're going to figure that out for Miss Peggy. But she said, what do you mean? So here's the thing. When you're in community, we have to be really conscious to read the room. Read the room. And sometimes people within a working environment can get really distracted by a lot happening that has nothing to do with what with what we're trying to talk about. And I'm included in that. I get super distracted because, like, if I'm in the middle of talking or teaching or focusing on a project I'm trying to focus on, if I'm hearing 90 duck puns happening at the same time, I can't, it's very hard for me to get back to what I'm trying to do. So it's a time and place. It's a reading the room. That's why I don't ring the bell the entire episode. That's why I'm like, okay, we're going to have time for the puns, but we're going to focus. We're going to focus and get things done, because it's so important within a community environment to be mindful of everybody's styles within the environment and going, okay, we can have fun and we can do the things we need to do, but we need to be respectful of everybody else in this space. And I think that's so important. And that's how we can create a joyful environment, because we can be ourselves. There's room to be ourselves, with also allowing the space for others to be themselves. We had a great host meeting Wednesday morning, and we were talking about the expo, and sometimes big events like in that with people can be overwhelming if they're not, like, they don't do crowds very well, whatever. And it's like, okay, let's look at this situation and say, how can we show up still show up and be part of the community and part of the event, but not have to shift into how somebody else functions? How can we show up while still being ourselves, and what does that look like? And so whether it's an event or part of a community or a meeting or whatever, looking at the situation and going, okay, how can I still be myself and serve the larger community? And that's just how I function. That's what it is. All right, we're going to take a super quick break, and when we come back, I am excited to continue the final part, to finish the final part of our series on worth, presence, and healing for this holiday season. And so we are going to be right back after this short break.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live, everybody. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and today is Friday, December 12th, 2025. Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is you are celebrating. If you are celebrating yourself, happy yourself. Okay, I hope you are enjoying this holiday season, and I have been setting the intention every single day during our poetry reading for safe travels for everyone. Joy, peace, love, good health, abundance, all of the goodness I have been sending to your way every single day when I set my intentions in the morning. So I think it's a great way. Sometimes things are challenging for a lot of people this time of year, and it can be easy to get caught up in that. And I think when I start my day every day with setting these intentions. However, it's even more important to me during the holiday season to feel like I'm actively creating this energy that I want to see. And so I hope you have a practice that serves you well like that also. So we have been on this little journey together talking about gold, frankincense, and myrrh, some of the symbolism in those gifts of the Magi, if you will. And they tie into worth, presence, and healing. And so today, finishing up our series, we're going to talk about that healing portion. We're going to talk about the myrrh. And I want to talk to you first about the symbolism of myrrh. So, myrrh is a powerful symbol in religious and historical context. It represents sacrifice, suffering, death, purification. It also signifies divine love and royalty, as it was a gift to Jesus in the Bible, the sweetness of life through death, and also spiritual life and spiritual passion. And so the interesting topic thing about this is that where it gets challenging, I think, for people is I don't feel like, a lot of people love to wake up in the morning and think about death and dying and all of those things. But what we look at in terms of myrrh is death as it refers to the ending of something. It doesn't always mean physical, dying, leaving this earth, the physical body, eroding away and all of that. But death in terms of things that need to end, and then therefore, divine beginnings that happen after that. And so, it's this sort of myrrh for me represents the sort of journey or circle of life. It's the things that things come and go. It's the ebb and flow. It's the natural trajectory of things and how they should go. And so the topic of letting things go is, and I've talked about this a million times, it's not always the easiest thing for me because I am a very nostalgic, hang on to it until it eats me alive kind of person. And I've just always been that way. It could be, partially that things like loyalty are really important to me. Things like storytelling and, just a lot of things like that are very important in my life. And so the hanging on of things is more natural to me than the letting go. But as I get older, and I actually touched on it briefly during Voices of the Plaza yesterday with Peggy MacArthur, is that I feel like the older I get, the more permission, the more space, the more willingness I acquire in allowing things to go, to flow away as they need to, especially in terms of healing, which is again something that I think it's something that we all focus on at one time or another, whether we're talking about physical healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing, or as the song says, sexual healing. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, so what we want to talk about today is a little bit into the healing, anointing, and grief that can pop up for us this time of year as we think about endings and beginnings of things. This is also personally a really funny thing for me. Or not funny. It's a really interesting time of year for me because I'm so in love with Christmas and just the holiday time in general. And it's also really tough for me at the same time because the anniversary of my grandmother's passing is coming up. And there's a lot of grief that I'm challenged with this time of year in both December and January, which is again, it's sort of this ironic energy for me because I love the holidays. I love the idea of new beginnings. I've shared this with you guys before as well. Project Joy is so important to me because I love a morning. I love a Monday. I love a birthday. I love anything that symbolizes a fresh start. And so it's an ironic time of year, but it's things that pop up regardless. So this is the question, one of the questions to ponder today. What if you're healing? What if the space you give yourself to heal, the space that you give yourself to allow things to go or flow away, is the most generous gift you can give yourself as we finish out the year and go into the new year? I was talking about this the other day that I have a tendency to I'm easily in love. I've talked about this before with people, with circumstances, with things, with hobbies. I just love a lot of things. I'm a very passionate person. And I tend to, because of that deep love for people, put people on a pedestal and be like, oh my God, they're doing amazing things. I want to do things like them. In my own way, of course, but I think it's an important thing to look at the amazing things that people are doing and go, man, that is really freaking amazing. How can I do, something like this like I said, in my own way? And so a lot of my friends, a lot of the people that I have put on a pedestal are people that easily are burning the midnight oil. They're up all night doing things. Now, because of some sleep disturbances I have, there are times when I'm up at night. However, if I don't force myself to get that rest, I am not a good person. In that I'm just no good. I'm so tired. I'm so burnt out because at this point in my life, my health really needs to be a high priority for me. And so, as I've been planning for my 2026, it can be really easy for me to look around and go, okay, I want to be able to stay up and like push through and do all the things but I can't. And recognizing that I need to give myself space for my physical healing and evaluate what does that look like for me. And so I changed what my 2026 schedule is going to look like to reflect that, to go, okay, I'm only going to be on video 3 out of the 7 days a week. I have certain days that I need to do certain things. And I changed the time of one of our most popular shows on the network, Beyond 2D, to an earlier time in the day because I have to reprioritize. I have to honor myself first. And I feel like that is the most generous gift I can give myself right now, is to honor this space for healing that I need. So what if your healing, in whatever aspect you want to look at it, is the most generous gift you could give yourself? The next question is, how do we navigate grief, discomfort, or the emotional residue of the year? I said this phrase earlier in the week and I was like, I feel that. The emotional residue of the year as the year ends. How do we navigate that? How do we honor what we're experiencing and simultaneously, welcome in that sort of creative energy that comes with planning the next year? And I think for me is allowing things to flow as they need to. And recognizing that I need to rest a little bit more this time of year. And also, I've talked a lot about in this episode already, unintentionally, about compartmentalizing, but that process of having things both physically and energetically in their own spaces or boxes or whatever is something that is a huge help in my life as a whole. because it helps me to stay focused when I am not a naturally focused person. And it doesn't mean that everybody, I suppose we could argue that not everybody has to be, but if you have a specific goal and you have something you want to accomplish, you've got to rein it in, or it doesn't get done. And that's part of, the thought process that fueled the Blue Duck Society and the creation of that is to have this very specific container to work on things. And so when I experience grief or discomfort or that emotional residue from the year, I try to stop what I'm doing, or at least put it aside for a minute, experience the things that I'm experiencing, and don't allow those things to seep into the future work that I'm doing unless it's necessary. Because it can be very easy for me to, and I recognize for myself, to be in this place of grief, in this place of nostalgic, grieving reflection this time of year. And then next thing you know, I'm writing copy or something for next year, and it all sounds like I'm just so sad. And we don't need to allow the things that we're experiencing to seep into the other things, one thing to take on the energy of the others. So giving myself that room to grieve, to feel the discomfort, to experience that emotional residue without it adding into the new things I'm working on is something that's really important for me this time of year. And then finally, asking ourselves, what can we release to step powerfully into 2026? Now, the sort of caveat that I want to add to this is about sometimes the pressure that we feel when we release something to fill it with something else. Now, I talked years ago about my challenges with physical clutter. Like I feel safer around things, and so sometimes it will make me uncomfortable to have like an empty shelf. I'm like, we need to put something here. And so I've worked through that over time to where I give myself permission to appreciate the empty space. And how this came to serve me is that I really am an ideas, creative, possibilities driven person. And so now I get to look at an empty space and go, man, the possibilities of what could go there, but don't necessarily fill it. To not feel the pressure of the outside world to fill a space. One of the things we've talked about 9 million times on the Breakthrough Show Network is my loathing for people saying, I don't have time. Because that statement in itself is a blatant lie. We all have the same, hypothetically, right? We all wake up in the morning, we have the same time in a day. We all choose how to prioritize that time very differently. So when I tell someone that I'm busy or I can't prioritize that right now, that doesn't mean that my schedule is bumper to bumper, block to block. That doesn't mean that I'm busy from the second I wake up and the second I go to bed. My busyness intentionally includes self-care time, rest, time for things that are silly and stupid and I just love and I deserve to take the time for. And so it's this idea of releasing to step powerfully into 2026. One of the things that I have been encouraging people to do is to release something and don't fill the space. Don't fill the space. Let it be a space for possibilities so that when that time comes up every single week or however often it comes up, you can say to yourself, what do I feel like I want to do in this space today? And give yourself that space to rest, to be creative, to find a new hobby, to catch up on something maybe that you or work. By all means, if you feel that call to get stuff done in that space. But give yourself that room to release things so that you have the power to fill it with things or just keep it as a space of possibilities that you want to for 2026. I'm going to go back. I see some comments. Okay, I'm going back through. Quacked it. There we go. I remember Brittany's hashtag quacked it to take me back there. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So, insomnia. Here we go. Let's see. Yes, we need to let it go, like Elsa. So there's that. Celebrate the new. And we're not doing 2:17 a.m. We're not doing that over here. We can't do it. Let's see. Schedule needs to move around me, not to it. Flow, not flex. Okay, so it's interesting because I saw Stacy's article and I was like, absolutely not. because I mean it goes back to our sort of processing, right, of different words, and flexibility is not a bad word for me. And I also feel very strong. I am a person that is super mindful of the people that I'm surrounded with and how they function, and it's not to mean I got to refer back to this this article that I wrote about embracing the people pleaser in you, which is one of my favorite articles that I wrote for Aspire magazine that I've ever written in my whole life, because it fights back this sort of narrative that we can't that we shouldn't want to please other people. Anyway, I'm gonna digress, but flexibility is not a dirty word for me, and so I'm cool with flexibility, but it's all in how we process things, I think. Schedule on your own terms, though, whatever that looks like to you. Flow, flexibility, whatever you need to do. Decision. Choose means renounce. Back to the yes. A referring back to the choices versus decisions series we did on Beyond 2D this season. That was a fire series because again, the same with those two words, choice versus decision. It's all in how we process it, and whatever one feels good to us, by all means, that's the one we should go. But decision means to denounce, and you know, it is what it is. Even empty contains energy. So there's that. There is that. Do I live in your head this week? Perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. I need to be focused on living in my own head right now because there's a million things happening in there. So space abilities, there's so many possibilities within empty spaces for sure. And so anyway, okay, flexibility itself isn't a bad word, but sometimes it is presented as an inferred boundary killer. I mean, I suppose I think for me it goes back to like what you were talking about on your show about values. If you're strong, if you have strength in the values that you have, then even someone else saying, "Well, I need you to be flexible and do this," it's not going to matter because you're strong in your own things that you need. So I don't get, even if it's presented by someone else as like, this is not like you need to abandon your boundaries to please me. If I'm strong in my boundaries, then it doesn't matter if it's presented that way. Cause I'm like, I already have my things that it is what it is. So that has been our series on worth, presence, and healing: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So as we enter this, or as we continue, not enter, we're here, this holiday season, remember your value, your worth. Evaluate what things are valuable and worthy to you. What things, what people, what circumstances. Be present in the moment. this holiday season. Know that focusing on what we feel, what we value, what we believe, what we've got our hands in this moment is so important. I know it's easy this time of year to be like 2026, but we still have a couple weeks left of December. Be present and know that the energy that you're spending right now is going to impact the future, so you don't have to keep your eyes over there. And then healing. Give yourself the space to release, to heal, to grieve. A lot of times this year, people step into a space of grief because maybe they look back on the year and they go, this didn't go how I thought it was going to go. I didn't accomplish the things that I wanted to accomplish this time of year or throughout the year. I'm not at the place right now that I hoped to be at when I started 2025. And that in itself, without even talking about the loss of people that we love, that in itself can be a source of grief for people. Allow yourself to feel that. Know that every day is new. Know that you do not have to wait until January 1st to begin anew. You can begin anew right now. And allow yourself the space right now and in planning for the new year to experience joy as it happens and carry this idea that you are worthy. The presence matters, and giving yourself the space for healing is one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself going into 2026. So important. So important. We're going to take one more quick break. And when we come back, we've got birthdays and stuff to celebrate. So we'll be right back after this.
Caldwell Williams, on April 4th, I was 90 years old, grandson of slaves. My parents were first generation free. A long time ago, I embraced the definition of love. Love is the experience of well-being. And a friend is one who mutually shares that experience of well-being with you, which opens up almost infinite creative possibilities.
In 2024, I had the incredible honor of a beautiful conversation with 26 adults from around the globe, which began with the following question: what does friendship mean to you?
Someone who is there to support you, someone who is willing to go through the ups and downs of life with you.
Connection, but also the opportunity for learning and deeper connection.
If I don't talk to that person for 2 months, we pick up the phone like we've never stopped talking. To me, that is what a friend is.
Friend to me is someone I can share my joys, also the struggles I have.
Friend means somebody that you can talk to and that you can trust.
So a friend to me is actually someone really, really close, an inner circle person.
And I think it's an important discussion to pass on to other generations so they don't get caught being lonely at the end because they haven't thought about friends in different ways.
On this Friendsgiving, we're celebrating the anniversary of this incredible film by inviting you to share it with a friend. Join us for the release of our newly remastered edition of The Friendship Paradox.
I need your shoulder. I need you, friend. No wise words or reason. I just need someone I can depend on. 'Cause I'm crumbling and slowly falling. Can you catch me?
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. That was a look at our Friendship Paradox trailer that we just celebrated the 1 year anniversary of my film. And look, it's good. It's good. You got to see it. And now it's available on the remastered edition is available on the YouTube. You can go and watch it. Just search the Friendship Paradox and it's right there. Joel H. Train Hunt is here this morning, everybody. Joel has an amazing show for veterans on the Military Broadcast Network. So go check that out on the YouTube as well. Thank you for all you do, Joel. I know Farhan has been involved over there as well at the Military Broadcast Network, my co-host for Beyond 2D. And I'm just so grateful for everyone that works with our veterans because it's needed. It's needed. I have a lot of veterans within my family, including Breakthrough Network alum Greg Cushing, who is my dad. And so always thankful for the work you do, Joel. Thank you for that. I know the trailer brings me to tears. I mean, I'm over here blubbering in the background. It's beyond good, Stacey says. Thank you so much for that. Go watch the Friendship Paradox. That'd be a great thing to watch over like Christmas, New Year's break. Maybe watch it before the New Year so you can, process what friendship and adulthood means to you and implement some of it into the new year, because we have some fun things that will be happening on the heels of our anniversary screening that we had. A lot of interest in going further with the conversation, so I'm super pumped about that. Guess what time it is? It's time for birthdays, everybody. Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, everybody. In the world of celebrity today, what's fascinating to me is getting to see different celebrities that share the same birthday, and like especially if they're in like the same realm of work. Fascinating to me. I could sit here and rabbit hole that all day. In the world of celebrity, as I mentioned, Frank Sinatra, who passed away in 1998. GOAT, Frank Sinatra. And it was thrilling to me. If you have not watched the episode of the Breakthrough Show, I think it was from season 4, with the Hollywood mob boss, Ori Spado, go back and watch that. Ori actually used to spend some time with Frank Sinatra back in the day. So just fascinating interview, okay, if I say so myself. Every year it's in the top interviews that we've done of all time because he is incredible. So go check that out, Ori Spado. Frank Sinatra, though, happy birthday. Also, who passed away earlier this year, Connie Francis, another incredible singer. And then we have, so this is interesting. Sophie Kinsella is a novelist. I saw that her birthday popped up today, and she actually passed away a couple days ago. I did not realize. She wrote the Confessions of a Shopaholic books, among several other books, and she was 55 years old, passed away a couple days ago of brain cancer. So, happy heavenly birthday to Sophie Kinsella. Podcaster, actress, advocate, amazing human being, Mayim Bialik is 50 years old today. Happy 50th, Mayim. And Bob Barker, who from The Price is Right, as you guys might remember, passed away in 2023, had a birthday today. Actor Bill Nighy, 76 years old today, in many films, including Harry Potter. And I mean, I could just go on with that. But also, the incredible, the amazing, the incomparable, the talented, the gorgeous, I got to see her a mile from my house in November of last year. Dionne Warwick is 85 years old today, everybody, and still going strong. Her show was amazing, beautiful. We were in the third row. Like it was, I mean, so good, so good. And I will never forget, and perhaps I'll do this before the end of the year because this song has really just been on my heart a lot lately. There's a song that she wrote called If I Want To, and it's so powerful. Listen to that today if you have not had a chance, because it's in my heart right now, big time. And so happy birthday, Dionne Warwick. The celebrities in my life. Yesterday, Breakthrough alum and OG, by the way, one of the original people to ever appear on the Breakthrough show before we were ever a network. F.A. Awafasa had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, my friend. And my cousin Ken Green has a birthday today, everybody. So with that, let's get our birthday song on. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Frank, Connie, Sophie, Mayim, Bob, Bill, Dion, F.A. and Ken. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. I hope you are set up to have an absolutely amazing day. All right. What do we have going on? Let me pull stuff up in the background that I should have had up already. As we started the show today, I want to tell you what's going on in the Breakthrough Show Network, but this coming week. But as I do that, I want to let you know that even though we had the bonus workshop already on Wednesday, the doors to the first cohort of the Blue Duck Society are now open and everybody's able to join. If you were not able to be there for that bonus workshop, you will still get a printout of all of the questions, the reflection questions and things that we talked about during that bonus workshop that I gave on Wednesday. But definitely still jump in to the Blue Duck Society. We begin on January 7th, and I am so excited because the people that are already in there, fire. The people that I know are on board and getting ready to come in, fire. It's going to be so stinking good. So stinking good. And so this is a space for creative entrepreneurs who are ready to stop waddling around the amazing ideas they have and come into an accountable and private creation space and draw their blue duck. Be the person, be the thing, be the change, be the energy that they want to see in the world. And so I'm super pumped for this space. And I'm going to take everybody through a duck flow that I'm calling it. And we're going to really get stuff done and we're changing the world. Period. End of story. Go to theblueducksociety.com and get registered to start with our initial cohort beginning January 7th. Coming up this week on Project Joy Live on Monday, I will be joined by Trista Polo. We'll be reflecting on 2025. Leah and Marjean, our youngest co-hosts, will be on the show on Wednesday, also reflecting on their 25. Last few episodes here are going to be focused on that reflection. And then I will be joined by special guest and Dorothy Auger, Breakthrough Impact Achievement Award winner, Dr. Charity Campbell Capella, will be here on Friday, December 19th we're all going to talk about our favorite Christmas memories. So I'm super excited to have Dr. CK on to share what Christmas means to her. And we're going to share memories. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a blast. So this week is going to be absolutely fire and holiday spirit filled here on Project Joy Live. And of course, I will be here with you as well every step of the way. Also happening, let me get my other thing up. We have Soul Saturday Morning Coffee, Morning Vibes Radio tomorrow. What do we have going on? Oh, I am going on our little anniversary trip on Sunday. I'm going to go see the band Bush at the arena. Very excited to see Bush. Oh my God. This was my husband got tickets to that for us for our anniversary. Even though our anniversary is not till next week, we're celebrating on Sunday. So very excited about that. That's not on the network. That was just me bragging about Bush. Okay. Also next week we have co-working, Manic Monday Radio. We have the season 3 finale 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, December 16th of Beyond 2D. And we are talking about religion. Ooh. Excited about that. We've been diving into all the topics, but we'll give you a little sneak peek for what's to come in the new year as well with Beyond 2D. We have Show Me Your Nuts happening Tuesday. We have, oh my gosh, so much is going on. What's happening here? Our anniversary is on Thursday, and then I'll be back with you guys on Friday. So also happening Friday the 19th from 1 to 2. And Saturday the 20th from 8 to 9, I am participating in the Christmas Music Radio Marathon on Station Head. Thank you again to Eric or Arturian for including me in the DJ group to participate in these marathons. I'll be playing all the best Christmas music, including Christmas music from some friends of mine as well that have been on the Breakthrough Show Network. So I'm excited for that. 1 to 2 on Friday and 8 to 9 a.m. on Saturday, Eastern times, of course. And next Saturday, the 20th, is Kat's birthday. Okay. Anyway, I love you guys so much today. Thank you for joining me here on Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and absolutely every day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
I've been lifting myself up, yeah, I've been climbing.